The Digital Photography Cafe show is brought to you by Focus Pyramid, the autofocus lens calibration tool for your camera, and by Mosaic, your Lightroom photos automatically on every device and backed up, and by ShootProof, the easy way to proof and sell your photos online.
Welcome to the Digital Photography Cafe show. Join hosts Trevor Curran and Joseph Christina as they chat about the art and business of photography.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This is episode 86. I'm Joseph Christina here with my co-host Trevor Curran. On last week's show, we talked about Instagram's terms of service change and wrapped up an absolutely stellar 2012. If you haven't listened to last week's show, I encourage you to do so. You can find it at our website, digitalphotographycafe.com, in iTunes, listen with the popular Stitcher and TuneIn radio apps, and watch on your HD TV through TiVo.
So Joe, we are back. Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, my friend. We are back.
Yes, 2013, 2012 was a good year.
What an amazing, stellar, just grand 2012. I mean, it was just amazing growth, great feedback from folks. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to produce, and the feedback was great.
Yeah. And we want to wish everybody a happy new year. Again, thanks for joining us, sticking with us. Maybe you guys have been with us since the very beginning. We really appreciate your support, and we've got some great stuff going forward in 2013, right?
Yeah, a lot of changes, I guess, to the show, right? From aesthetics to just everything, content, the whole nine yards. We're kind of doing a revamp, right?
Yeah, it's about time. About halfway through 2012, we started shooting video now. And I believe it was episode 52. It was our 1 year anniversary.
Right.
And we kind of went with something that we really liked, and now we just felt that it was time for a little bit of a refresh. I mean, we're pushing 2 years now of doing the show.
Can you believe it?
It was really, we thought it was time to update the logo a little bit, to, change up the video format a little bit more.
Right.
So I think we made some nice improvements.
Yeah, we did some work on Facebook, on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
and,
the social media guy finally got the Facebook page up and running.
Yeah, it's like the shoemaker that goes without shoes.
And the plumber with the leaky pipes. Yeah, all those.
That's right.
All those things.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. You got to get busy doing your own stuff, and this is an issue that all photographers have to deal with, right? I mean, you get business, and you're so busy doing that you don't take care of your own business. You got client work coming in, and you're trying to take care of that, and your own marketing, your own stuff always slips to the back burner. And
yeah, it's kind of like the photographers that their Christmas or Hanukkah or holiday photos or cards don't go out until late, like the New Year.
Like you.
I'm not referring to anyone besides myself.
No. I still haven't got my card.
I know my wife is just pissed, but I'm getting to it. It's there.
I'll get them done. Yeah, well, just change the title on it rather than Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays to Happy New Year.
I'm going to do season's greetings, and we just don't know what season it is. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You just put bunny ears on yourself or something.
Yeah. So this year, we picked up slew of new sponsors, which is so exciting. People are, I mean, besides that, you guys are just, the numbers that are listening and watching us have just grown exponentially. But the different, sponsor possibilities out there are just growing exponentially also. So it's been really great.
Yeah. The photography industry has really taken notice to our show. We're getting a lot more opportunities now than we have had in the past, and that also goes with connections for the trade shows and what have you. We're starting to, we've really built a name for ourselves within the industry, and people are paying attention, and that's awesome.
I know, it's exciting. So this show will kind of be a little bit different than our normal, as we call it, the meat and potatoes show. This will be kind of more like an introduction to kind of the new sponsors, as well as the new stuff that we have going on, and what everyone has to look forward to for 2013 from us, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've talked in the past about, now we're in Stitcher, we're in TuneIn, we're on TiVo, and we're constantly expanding into new markets to build a greater exposure for the show. We're definitely going to be making some real marketing efforts this year in this first quarter to help build more exposure for the show and build even larger of an audience. But yeah, and now we're bringing in some new sponsors. Focus Pyramid is still with us, which is great. And we've got a couple new sponsors that are going to be coming in the beginning of this year. And we'll see how that all goes with them. So that's really exciting. And we've got a couple more waiting in the wings, basically, for their positions. So.
Exactly. Talking about Focus Pyramid. So if you don't know what Focus Pyramid is, basically it's an autofocus calibration tool, right? Mm-hmm. So, if you have a DSLR that allows for custom calibration, you can basically take your camera as well as this Focus Pyramid, line it all up, take your photos, and now dial in your autofocus for each and every lens. So what happens is as soon as you attach a new lens to the camera body automatically loads in that specific setting. So let's say if you have a 50 millimeter that is front focusing, and now you set it so that it's dead on. As soon as you snap that 50 millimeter on, boom, it's immediately locked in to the it's just absolutely perfect each and every time.
Yeah, and that's so cool because you know what? So many people don't even know that their DSLRs can do that. That's exactly one of those features that's kind of buried in the menus. And unless you're educated about it, or unless you're reading your user manual from cover to cover, and who does that, right? I mean, you kind of just go to the user manual when there's something in particular that you're looking for. But yeah, I mean, it's a great feature. Now, not all DSLR bodies will do it, but more of the semi-pro and the pro bodies, they all do it. I know like the Canon Rebel line, at least from my end, the T2i, I have one of those, that does not do it. But that doesn't mean that you can't still figure out where your camera is focusing. You may not have the auto setup, but using a tool like the Focus Pyramid will give you an idea of where your camera's focus is and whether it's front focusing or back focusing. And then you can kind of take into account that difference and adjust for that when you're making your pictures.
Exactly. I mean, I tell you, as I shoot commercial photography on a regular basis, and I'm shooting, a lot of talent. So a lot of times, these actors and actresses, they give you a very short period of time. Oh, yeah. And I might be shooting them with maybe my 24-70 and also maybe the 7200, and maybe I'll be doing a 90 macro or, whatever it is.
Right.
The beauty of being able to just snap on any lens and the camera automatically takes into account the variance for each lens so that my autofocus spot is always dead on. Because, I can't tell you how many times, I've had just an absolute beautiful actor's headshot, and then you looked at it up close and it's like the eyelashes are slightly blurry, but the tip of the nose is perfectly in focus. You can see every hair on there.
And then you're trying to do things in Photoshop or Lightroom to adjust it just to sharpen things up a little bit. And yeah, it's frustrating. It really is annoying. I mean, you think, oh, I've got professional equipment. Everything should be perfect right out of the box. But the fact is, it's just not.
Right. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a quick second to go ahead and hear from Focus Pyramid.
Are you frustrated with slightly out of focus images when you know your autofocus spot was dead on? It's simply not your fault. From manufacturer to manufacturer, and even lens copy to lens copy, there are slight variances to the exact spot where light is being focused onto the sensor. Finally, there's a product that allows you to compensate for those variances and make sharper images immediately. Focus Pyramid, the autofocus lens calibration tool, is an absolute must for every photographer. If you want to make the sharpest images possible, then you need to take control over your camera's focusing system. With the Focus Pyramid, you can calibrate all of your lenses on your lunch break. The Focus Pyramid makes lens calibration quick and easy at an affordable price. So give your lenses a new lease on life and take your photography to the next level. Head over to focuspyramid.com/DPC and get an additional 10% off just for being a show listener.
So, hi, Trevor, we're back here. Listen, I know that for me, I have so many devices that are connected to the internet, right? I am just
iPhones, laptops, desktops,
iPads, and I mean, all kinds of things. And the one thing that's very frustrating is, after doing a shoot, I don't want to be locked down to my main computer that has the Lightroom, our main Lightroom, on it, and have to sit there and go through stuff. I like to be able to be kind of free and be able to, let's say, go work at, Panera or at Starbucks and be able to go through my Lightroom stuff. And this has just always been a problem. To do that, I've always had to copy and then bring it over to like the laptop and then copy this, the stuff back,
or to get it on your iPad, right? I mean, we always talk about using the iPad as a portfolio or as a tool to proof client photos with,
Exactly.
And to get them on your iPad, you got to do an export. You've got to put them in a library. You've got to import them on the iPad. And now if you're using an app,
how fun it is to do that with iTunes. And you know how much I love iTunes, right?
Yep.
I mean, are they ever going to fix that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You know what? And just a side note, this new iTunes release they just came out with, it's not any better. If in fact, I think it's more confusing. I'm spending all this time now like looking through these rows of icons as opposed to columns, and then you got to click on the see more.
It's just a hot mess.
It is
a mess. I mean, it just is. Well,
it's a sweaty mess.
Yeah, exactly. And, so, having said this, we brought on a sponsor just recently. Their name is Mosaic, and they actually have a product that will actually do some of this for you, that will allow you to kind of view and go through your Lightroom images, but kind of like on the go. But what's really cool, it doesn't have to be on your laptop. It could be on any device. So it could be an iPhone, an iPad, it could be anywhere. And you're able to kind of go through all of your Lightroom photos, anywhere, any place, kind of moving around like what I would like to do. You know?
It's really cool. So what it is, basically they've developed a Lightroom plugin that will take and sync your most recent, however many images. The free account, I believe gets like 1,000 images or something like that. You've got different levels of amount of images that you can actually sync for free, and then they have paid plans where you can sync more, but you can get a lot of images. I mean, if you just did a shoot and you've got a couple hundred photos, you can sync all of those photos automatically over to Mosaic View. And then using their Mosaic View app on your iPhone or your smartphone or on your iPad, you're able to actually go in and view those images remotely. So you don't even have to be sitting on your local network even to do it. You can be on any network, but you do need to be internet connected.
Sure.
But nowadays, like we said, we all are. We all have the device to do that.
Yeah, everyone's sitting on 3G or even now LTE, the 4G.
Yep.
So, being able to go to, like for me, Starbucks or maybe Panera or someplace, sit with a client and show them their images that are, back in the studio on the main servers. That's just awesome. And what's cool is you can go and select through them, star rate them or whatever you want to do, or kind of let them browse and peruse through them. And then when you get back, you can go and do what you need to do on the main machine. So
absolutely,
really, really effective. This is something that, I've been looking for a long time. And now kind of Mosaic has come up with a solution. Very, very cool. And what's neat too is, not only can you do that, but it also does archival. So
you can use them as a backup solution. And we know how important doing backups are. We talk about that all the time.
Right.
And, they actually give you the ability to automatically back up your Lightroom library onto their servers. Right. So that gives you a great offsite backup. We talk about using Drobos and other RAID systems for internal backups, but getting them off site is critical.
Yeah, in case of a fire or some other type of failure or, water damage or who knows what.
Sure.
We did a whole episode based on your Drobos and Drobo experience to my was it G drives and
I think that was all spurred from Scott Kelby. right? When his Drobos died on him for like the third time or something.
Yep.
And he was just pissed. He's like, I'm done with Drobo. You know?
Exactly. So, you guys can kind of listen to that a few shows back. We could put that into the show notes. That was a really good conversation that we were talking, we had about backup. This is really important. You know, you need to have that, the trio of backup. You can't just, you can't have it in just one or another. You need to have it in the cloud too.
Yep.
So, but anyways, let's go ahead and hear from Mosaic real quick.
From phones, tablets, laptops, and PCs, these days photographers use multiple internet-connected devices.
Have you ever wished you could view your Lightroom images, folders, collections, and metadata from any of these devices? Now you can.
Mosaic Storage Systems has created Mosaic View, an application that gives you access to your images without exporting or using a publishing service.
Mosaic also offers Mosaic Archive, which directly integrates with Lightroom as a powerful cloud backup solution.
Mosaic gives photographers access to all of their images from anywhere on virtually any device.
Try Mosaic View today for free and access 2,000 of your most recent images.
As a Digital Photography Cafe viewer, Mosaic is offering a 20% discount off any of their premium plans.
Go to mosaicarchive.com and use coupon code DPC at checkout.
Mosaic. Lightroom, anywhere, any device, secure, backed up.
Sorry, Trevor. I do a lot of shoots, a lot of commercial shoots and a lot of events and a lot of other things where, the clients, they want to see the photographs, they want to see them quick, and they want to have access to, getting prints and, whatever kind of that they're looking
like other
for. There's always
stuff
something.
they need.
Yeah, there's always something. I want a book. I want, I don't know. I want a bumper sticker. Something crazy. I want a shirt. But, they always have these odd requests. It's not like, I want a canvas for my wall. That's like an easy one. But no, I need, a stand-up thing of, it gets into it.
Yeah. A life-size cutout of myself. Yeah.
Exactly. And we offer that too. But besides that, I've used a service for many, many years for doing this, where I can just simply upload all of my pictures, basically into the cloud, and folks can go and view them and then select the ones that they want, and then simply order any size, any either from glossy to matte to any derivative of their of the image, and including everything else from shirts to mugs to like you said,
sure,
a life-size monster image.
Right.
So
right.
The beauty of this is it increases sales. Right. You upload everything into the cloud. All of their friends, family, relatives, anyone that they have around them that they want to give this link to can go there and make purchases. I mean, this is great for a wedding, right?
Oh,
now,
yeah.
every
Fantastic.
person that went to the wedding has the ability to purchase any of the photographs. As a wedding photographer, you want to make sure that you take photographs of everyone at the wedding,
Yep.
not just the bride and groom, because these people are going to purchase images of themselves. Everyone wants a photograph of themselves, especially if you get an image with the bride and groom. So you want to do the table
Yeah.
shots and all that stuff. So anyways, the possibility of sales is great by putting them online and having people be able to go to a proofing station to make purchases, right?
Yeah, and you know what? So many photographers don't do that. They don't
Right.
get them up online. They don't, or they put them in online in the wrong place. Maybe they just have them living in a gallery on their website where there's no fulfillment, there's no
Big
ordering,
failure.
there's no nothing. Or they're using another form of service. Maybe they're just using Facebook.
Right.
I mean, we talk about Facebook. Facebook is a great place to share your images, but you're not going to do sales there. And
Right.
you're missing out on a great opportunity for additional income by leaving these images sitting on your hard drive.
Exactly. It's like leaving, money on the floor. You need to bend over and pick it up. It can't
Yep.
just live on your hard drive. They need to be the people that need to see it. Need to see them.
Yeah.
You need to be able to make your sales, and you can't make them when they're just sitting, locally or someplace that's very secluded, so to speak.
Yeah, right. So our new sponsor, ShootProof at shootproof.com, they actually offer this type of a service, and it really is fantastic. I mean, they really do make it easy for you to upload your images into private galleries for your customers. You can set up your pricing for the products, and you can even fulfill the product orders yourself or use one of the partner labs.
Right.
I think they have Bay Photo and a couple other big, pro labs that are on there. So it's really, really cool. It's a really good service. And the best of all, a lot of these services out there that do fulfillment, they actually take a piece of the action. They
Right.
take a commission. They want, a percentage, whether it be 10% or whatever of your orders. So that's money you're losing. ShootProof doesn't take that commission. You basically pay for the storage space, and you obviously pay for the print itself, but they don't take a cut. So it's really, from that standpoint, it's very, very reasonably priced.
Yeah, so it's just one price and that's it. You pay your monthly, and then
Yep.
you can sell 2,000 images or you can sell 2 images. It's completely, up to you. I like that a lot. One of the things you said that really sticks out is the idea of using, their internal pro labs or fulfilling yourself. And I think that's really big because, so not that, if you've listened to the show for a while, you know that I'm anal retentive. Okay. So I need control over my images. I figure I spent so much work at creating them. I need to massage them as I do in Photoshop. I need to make sure the colors are just right on a color calibrated monitor,
Yep.
but then I need them printed exactly how I see them on my screen. I cannot, there's nothing, there's no two ways about it. It needs to be, from soup to nuts. It needs to be from beginning to end, absolutely the way I want it. And being able to fulfill yourself, I think, is a really big thing, because for me, I have local labs that I have their ICC profiles of their printers, on file, and I can soft proof right in Photoshop or in Lightroom and see what I'm going to get before I get it, and know that my images will be perfect every time. Now, I can have that local lab go ahead and send it directly to the client after the fact, but I do that for anything that's bigger than an 8x10. An 8x10, I'll let one of their pro labs fulfill it. Chances are it's going to be good. But when I need to do, something larger, or if I need to do a canvas or something a little bit more artsy or specific, where you're talking about a higher dollar amount, I want to fulfill it myself. And, having a company that allows you to do that and not have to go through their labs is great.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it, because all they're doing is creating the interface. They're not taking a cut.
Right.
So it's really no skin off their teeth. Whether you fulfill it yourself or whether you use one of their partner labs, they've created these partnerships for convenience to the photographers. Right. And you know what? You're right. When it comes to the 4x6s or the 5x7s, a couple hundred, proofs or something they want, you know what? Let one of the partner labs do it. It's a lot easier. The images are already
I don't even
there.
want to see them.
No, you don't really want to deal
Exactly.
with that. But you know what? You're right. A lot of photographers like to do some of the printing themselves, even within their own studios with high-end inkjet printers on specialty papers and things like that. Maybe they do framing and matting themselves. So yeah, that does give you the ability to do that fulfillment yourself. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's a great option.
Absolutely. Another great sponsor that has come aboard for this new year. This is exciting. There's a lot of great things that we have kind of planned for you guys in 2013, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting. So you have to kind of hang in there and watch it all develop.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. You know what? Let's take a quick break to hear from ShootProof and see their ad spot. You can learn a little bit more about them. As photographers, we're always trying to increase sales and profits after every event.
We shoot an event and have hundreds or even thousands of images that just sit on our hard drives.
Perhaps a better workflow would increase sales by getting those valuable images in front of the client.
That's where ShootProof comes in. At shootproof.com, you can have an online gallery for all of your clients' proofing needs.
ShootProof helps increase profits while building your brand and securing your photos without charging commission fees on sales.
ShootProof galleries display your photos beautifully while helping to streamline your workflow and automate more of your business through their intuitive studio control panel.
Once approved, photos can be directly fulfilled through ShootProof's various professional lab partners or fulfilled by you.
All ShootProof plans have the same feature set. You simply choose the number of client photos stored, decide what products to sell, and the price.
Try ShootProof today by taking advantage of their free 30-day trial offer.
As a Digital Photography Cafe viewer, ShootProof is offering a 20% discount off any of their premium plans by using promo code DPC20 at checkout.
ShootProof. Upload, share, sell, print. So Joe, I think we're kind of at the end of this show. I think it, obviously this isn't our meat and potatoes show like we normally do. So, but we felt it was worth doing this type of deviation. That way we can kind of just let you guys know about some of the things we've got planned for the future, kind of introduce you to some of our new sponsors. And, we've got some really exciting stuff coming this year. We're going to be doing some more giveaways. We're going to be doing some giveaways over on Facebook to really try and connect with the community over there now that we've got the page up and running. We've also got some surveys that we want to do too.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, it's good to do the surveys. We want to know what you guys think about the show. We want to know what level photographers you are. How deep into the business you are. Are you just starting out? Are you a longtime pro? And really what your needs are, where your pain points are, and what type of information you need to help take your businesses to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this way we can kind of hone in onto those pain points and hopefully medicate as best as we can.
That's right.
Listen, we're going to charge you guys the exact same price for the show, which is $0 every week. So definitely, put in those questions and comments and whatnot. Take the surveys, and we really want to kind of hone it down, like we were talking about. Show 52 is our 1 year anniversary. We're now well down the road from that. We want to know by our 104th show for 2 years. We really would like to have everything kind of squared away and make sure everyone is really getting the most that we can give out of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we might be also going to Vegas. That's a possibility also. As we do, Trevor and I cover these events as they happen. We have over the past 3+ years, I guess. And, we've been kind of like at many of the shows, and we've covered probably a handful. And we might be going to the new one, right? WPPI, I think it is over at...
out in Vegas. It's at the beginning of March. It's at the MGM Grand again. And this is definitely something that we're considering doing. It's always been a great show for us. We've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people there. And it's fun. It's Vegas.
It's excuse to
go to
Vegas.
Away.
Yeah, love Vegas, but it's a good time. The vendors are exceptional. They come in, they fly in from all over the world for that event. It's a huge event at the MGM Grand, and it's just like you said, it's good times. It's great. Love the Strip, love the whole area, love to kind of mingle.
I would definitely recommend, if you guys are into the wedding and event photography, and you can scrape together a couple $100 for the admission for all the sessions. I mean there's a fee for the conferences, for the sessions. The trade show, I believe, is free or very low cost.
Pretty close, yeah.
But Vegas is a destination point. There's a few people that live in Vegas, but the majority of the world flies to Vegas. So I would say if you can scrape it together, I would definitely go. There is a ton of education opportunities. They just have, no lie, well over 100, probably 200 different sessions that they run there. The nighttime events are a lot of fun. It really is. It's really a blast. I mean, and it's Vegas. I mean, you're there. You've got everything that the resorts offer, all the shows, everything else. It really is a great way to spend 4 or 5 days out there.
Yeah, you can't beat a week in Vegas, that's for sure.
No, lots of fun.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, I tell you what, we got to get out of here, right, Trev?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, guys. Listen, thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you next week.
You've been watching the Digital Photography Cafe Show with Trevor Current and Joseph Christina. Be sure to subscribe to the show for free in iTunes or through RSS. You can also listen on Stitcher and TuneIn Radio and watch in HD on TiVo. Visit digitalphotographycafe.com for show notes and to connect with your hosts.